Welcome to Double E Elevating Entrepreneurs. I'm here as your host and owner, Elizabeth Marie, and I've got my partner James with me today. We're going to be talking about back issues and how they can affect you and strategies that you can implement so you can avoid back issues and all things of the back.
Right.
So James, why don't you say hi to everybody?
Hey.
And he is, again, our exercise physiologist. He's also an author. He's written an awesome book on exercise and health and wellness. So why don't you tell us a little bit about what we're going to talk about today?
We're going to talk about one of the main things that's been plaguing America, whether you're a 15-year-old gamer or you're a 72-year-old accountant. All right, and that's back issues, okay? So, of course, any time you're sitting for a prolonged time or being sedentary for almost at least 8 hours a day, which we found out in 2015, there was a study going out that 76% of Americans are sedentary at least 7 to 10 hours a day. It couldn't be me, so I don't know. I don't think I can sit that long stationary, but it's quite an epidemic. So basically, it is the number one cause of people missing work, which is back issues, lower back issues in particular. Also in young adults, of course, with gaming or video game consoles, things like that, computers as well. It's also causing definite, issues in the future, spinal bifida, things like that as well. We also early on onset osteoporosis in some females. Yeah, which is ridiculous. That doesn't really, but of course it goes into handle with nutrition and everything like that as well. But a lot of the underlying causes of it is, of course, which is the exercise portion of it, is your core. Okay, so that's where I come in, everybody. I'm not
important.
Right. So we're not going to get into the chiropractic or deal thing. We're going to talk about what you can do specifically and how it does happen. So a lot of people sitting stationary for that 7 to 10 hours a day. A lot of times, what it is posture. Posture is king. Okay, whether you're walking, talking, doing whatever, posture is king. All right. I don't think when you're younger, people say, your mom was like, sit up straight at the table. She was right again. Mama's always right. That's gonna be our second book. Mama's always right. So of course, a lot of times people just think, well, what is posture? Okay. Well, depending on what country you're in, sometimes they'll say, oh, it's sitting up straight with your back, arched or something like that. But it's core. That's what people say, and you can always adjust everything to your core. When people say sit up straight, what do most people do? You sit up.
Yep.
You sit up. That's it. That'll handle everything. Your core is literally the machine for everything that you do when you're sitting. Okay? Just literally tightening your core as you're sitting, okay, will help your lower back. All right? And I know it's hard for most people to say, well, how can I sit like this for a certain amount of hours? Well, we'll get into that a little later. But strengthening your core outside of that 7-8 hours, doing your abdominal exercises. And a lot of people I've noticed over the past few years have gotten to the thing of where, Google, for instance, put out a study to where, they did the whole, the standing desk and the boosty balls, things like that. And that actually, it helped almost, I think, right around 5 to 10%, but not a lot. Because even then, like I said, it's not really helping your core. It's helping your posture, but it's not helping your core. So they had to take a step, look back and say, hey, you know what? It is all about core. So the core being the engine for everything really got to stimulate it. So I can teach you and tell you a couple of things that really helped me. I've never had an office desk, but I can really help you. I did a special about it. So I actually did segments on it back in 2016. I was actually on the CW 13, and we did every Friday.
Way.
Yeah, I did the Friday segments. You can look those up. So I did the segment every morning. So we did carpal tunnel, back pain, neck pain, things like that. So we would go over all these issues. And that would air usually every Friday. But one of the main things I stressed was if you're going to be stationary and you're sitting at a desk all day, there are 3 things that you need to do and prepare for it. Okay, a lot of times people won't even realize. People say the time get ahead of me. Always set alarms for everything that you do. Okay, every hour on the dot. Okay, it was simple. I had people stand up for 5 minutes. Stand up for 5 minutes and do 3 stretches. Easy stretches. Okay, and we'll do those just a second once we get.
Okay.
But most of those and all of those incorporating on stretching out the lower lumbar. Okay, really exercising that neck as well, because a lot of people don't understand. Okay, when people are at their desk all day, this is what they normally do. Okay, it's a transition from when you first come in the morning and you've had that coffee to the end of the day when you're barely, that's what it is. It's a transition, okay? That first call of the day, yes, right. So a lot of times people don't even realize it, okay? Mm-hmm. And even the chairs that we made today, we've had, so crazy part is we've had Some attorneys call us about lawsuits about office chairs. They weren't equipped with the proper chairs, they weren't equipped with the proper equipment, and now they have to have back surgery, which is crazy to me because you can sue somebody for anything these days. So now we're bringing in specialty chairs, things like that. So if you're an employer and you really want to understand how this works, it can save you out a lot. But core muscles are going to be the key to really, really, really protecting your back. Employees too. So this is what I teach them. So 9 times out of 10, people who don't have a strong core are going to always emphasize on their shoulders and their neck. So if you don't have a strong core, this is how you find people most of the time. All right, it's an essential hunch. Okay, you're leaning over your keyboard. You're putting a lot of emphasis. Yeah, you're putting a lot of emphasis on your shoulders, neck, and then you're leaning over, which actually is stretching those muscles. But a lot of people don't understand that even the way somebody is positioned in a normal chair, a lot of times, even if you're back, because you can't even put your back all the way up against the chair. These chairs, you can't do that. And this is not comfortable either. You know what I mean? So the proper way that
casual chairs.
Casual, and probably expensive too. So that's why. So the proper way to sit always is, like I said, this is how you would know. If your hips or feet, placed on the floor, because these are horrible too. Your feet stationary on the floor. All right. You're sitting up, okay, you're tightening your core, and you're essentially leaning your hips back. You're leaning your hips back, but not your shoulders. So you're sitting your hips back. So you're sitting right here.
I'm going to take a picture so
go ahead.
can see.
So you're sitting right here at an angle. Your feet are flat on the floor. Okay, you're putting your hips back. Okay, you're putting your hips back, lining up those shoulders, and this is how you're sitting.
We're going to take one more picture
go ahead.
of you.
Can you do that?
Yeah.
So this is essentially how you're sitting with your feet flat on the floor. Right here, this is essentially how you're sitting right here. This is essentially how you're sitting
Got
right
it.
there. Perfect. So y'all can see that a little later. All right. So in the interim, every hour, what I would tell people to do is, let me stand up. Are we going to do here? We can do this. So we're going to stand up, and I'm going to show you this. So most of the time I tell people to stand up. And what you're going to do is you're going to do basic stuff. You're going to lean over. You're going to touch your toes right there. And you're going to hold it.
Oh, it feels good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You're going to hold it. You come up slowly. Slow. Come up above water. Breathe, lean all the way back.
Oh.
There you go, lean all the way back. Now come up just a little bit, okay? You're gonna turn, put your hand on the hip, turn just a little bit. Definitely sciatic nerves, things like that. Good, there you go, turn. Do the other side. There you go. Now I want you to sit down again, just sit down. How's that feel?
Better.
Good, better. Now I would tell you, you start out doing that every hour, and you can break it down every 30 minutes. Okay, and those are just basic exercises, just getting up and moving around, okay? Getting up and moving around, okay? All right, and it'll help your core just a little bit more. Now, I know everybody in the office is I went to T-Mobile, so I did a seminar at T-Mobile in Dallas, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
He's doing things that I didn't even know it.
So I did a seminar with T-Mobile. And,
no big deal.
They had me in there, and I did kind of like a workout for them, and everybody's in the office and things like that, the headquarters. And one of the main things they told me was they have literally probably 30 to 40 call-outs. Now, there's probably 100 to 120 people in the office, okay? They have literally probably 20 to 30 call-outs a day because of back issues, okay?
Wow.
Yeah, so one of the main things that they were stressing, and they brought in all these stuff, they brought in, they're pretty big, they have everything, and this is when they had just acquired Sprint. So they were getting, so this was a big thing. So they got like 56 new employees in there and everything. They were expanding, and they were having all these call outs and everything like that, so they just weren't prepared for it. So I come in and I do workouts. And the one thing I was stressing them and telling them, I said, hey, what is the main reason that you guys are calling out? My back. I said, okay. Yeah, that's all back issues. So there was about 20 with back issues. The other were neck. The others was neck. Okay.
I can see that.
Yeah. And I just couldn't understand because from a long time, so I just couldn't understand from a standpoint of having somebody, the core is one thing, but the neck is something totally different. Okay, so
the neck is different.
Yeah, so we're talking about that, and most of the time that's underlining issues for something else. Okay, all right. So most people, if it's starting in the back, it could possibly be in the neck as well. Also in the arms and wrists, like for carpal tunnel things as well. Yeah. So your back will signal that if something is messed up in there, it can get, like if you have a pinched nerve or something like that, it will signal other parts of your body and things like that. So
yeah.
One of the main things I would always stress with those stretches is holding your arms out straight in front of you. Okay, it's like holding your arms straight out in front of you. Okay, it's like here. Crossing your arms right here. Right here. You're trying to touch the wall behind you. There you go.
Oh, the wall?
Yeah, try to touch it all the way behind you.
I got it.
There you go. Now come back. You're more flexible than me. Go ahead. Other side. Other side. There you go.
Oh, there's some stuff.
Well, there you're fine. You're fine. Good. There you go.
Okay, I can't
There you
reach
go. No,
this
you're
side.
fine. All right, come back in front of you. All right, so simple. Now looking at me, keeping your head straight with your shoulders, and you're gonna turn your head straight to the right. Good, just like that. There you go. Do the other side. Good. Now keep it forward. Good. And what you do is tuck your chin right there, right in here. Tuck your chin right in there. I want you to hold it. I want you to feel it straight right in your back, right in your neck. Good. Hold it. You're holding that for 10 seconds. You're bringing it up slow. So you're leaning it back, all the way back. You're looking straight up to the sky, straight up there. Bring it down, tuck your chin again, right into your chest, and hold it. And you can feel how tense your body is just sitting down the amount of time that we have, just sitting down. Hold it. All right, come up and breathe. Good. And you can feel those muscles release as like that. So we would do those literally every about 30 minutes. We would do those every 30 minutes.
Okay.
And it was amazing. And then I came back a month later, and everybody was like, "Oh my gosh!" And I was like, "Really?"
They're like, I feel so much better.
Right. Underlying causes as well. So of course, people with hip replacements as well. It's hard to sit. I've noticed a lot of people shift when they sit as well. And a lot of 60% of hip replacements come from people sitting down as well too, because you're shifting your weight. Yeah, you always want to make sure your weight is balanced whenever you're sitting down. Always want to make sure it's balanced. Because a lot of people, I know, I get it. A lot of people wind up doing things, they sit right here and like that. But if you sit 5 hours on your hip like this, it's not gonna. Yeah, on the end of the chair as well. Yeah, crossing your legs.
Oh.
Yeah, well, no. I mean, we've always been taught that. Hey, look, we want to be, we want to be leg-like, want to be things like that. But also, it puts a lot of strain right here. I can't even do it all the way. But you're gonna put a lot of strain on your knees as well. A lot of strain on your knees when you do that. All right. Okay. Also, blood flow.
So, yes, sit nice and straight.
Also, blood flow. That is the.
Take a picture of James how he's sitting.
Yeah. Okay. Got it.
Perfect way to sit.
Good. Also, blood flow. All right, you got to get up and move around. Okay. Your legs ever fall asleep or something like that when you're sitting on? All right, that's not good.
No,
that is not good. That is not
you feel
good.
the tingling.
Right. A lot of people say it's weird. They say they feel like ants are just running all around their foot and knees and like that. That's not good. Circulation is key. Okay, circulation is key. If you're diabetic, if you have low blood sugar, things like that, you don't want to be getting that feeling during the day. And if you're getting that feeling, that is probably intense that something's wrong. If you're getting it repeatedly and things like that. So what you want to do to help that is, like I said, a lot of people, and the crazy part is when people get it, they get up and essentially start moving around. No. It has to be a slow process. So when you get up, you want to make sure, because basically essentially releasing all the fluid and circulation back to that area. And that's not good either. And people do that every time they get, restless leg syndrome and things like that. They want to get up and run around and things like that. And that's not necessarily the best way to do it, because you didn't get there sitting there for 8 hours. You know what I mean? So getting that up and shocking the body is not good. So what you always want to do is, I always tell them, get on the edge of your feet right here. All right, and slowly, right there. You want to touch the top, get on the balls of your feet right there, and touch your heels. Nice and easy. Right there, nice and easy. So essentially what you're doing is you're putting a lot of tension on the front of the balls of your feet, and you're kind of forcing that blood back down into your feet, right there. That's what you're doing. Okay. Yep, that's what you're doing. When it finally starts releasing just a little bit, when you get up, squeeze your toes in your shoes. Nice and easy. Squeeze your toes in your shoes, and kind of rock your feet just like this. Just like that. And eventually you'll see that circulation come back just a little bit, and it'll kind of open up a lot of that blood flow again. That's what you want to do. Because you definitely, you'd be surprised. A lot of people don't, they'll get up and they'll start dancing like they got ants, and that's not good. I mean, you'll get some feeling back, but it won't be as quickly. So, those are some tips for that. And I mean, it's not getting into it too deep and everything like that, because you can get into the nutritional side of that as well, what you're eating all day at the desk, and certain chiropractic things. But that's why we have other partners. But as far as the muscular, development of it and things of that matter, that's what I cover. So
that's awesome. Yeah. That's so good. I love that. So you guys have some great tips on how to take care of your back and why it's important, and some stretches you guys can do at work or when you're sitting at your desk, you're gaming, you're working on your business, you're doing whatever, you can kind of incorporate those to your daily life. And why is it important for us to take care of our posture and like other functionality, like about your body?
Always. So,
because I know you know about this.
Yeah. So
we didn't get into this.
No, we didn't. Actually, we can actually save that. We can.
It's gonna be long.
Oh yeah. Cause we got
give them some little teaser then.
So. No, we're not even gonna do that. We're gonna. Y'all just stay tuned because this is gonna be a long
topic.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, that was something that I think is really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll have to get into that.
Definitely.
What else is important for their backs? Like, what else should they know?
So essentially, when you start having back pain, immediately do something about it. Don't just say, "Oh, it's a one-off thing." Oh, I had a bad back, because it will come back. A lot of people just think, "Oh, I woke up," and the people tell me all the time, "Oh, I woke up one day, my back hurt. The next day, it didn't." Well, the next time it comes back, you know what I mean? It's just, you do something about it immediately. When you have a bad back day, start your stretching, start doing it, because what it is it shifts too. Pain shifts in the back. You know what I mean? Your pain can literally be in 30 different places, all right? And it just shifts. It's almost like a Charlie horse. It's hard to get rid of. It really is. It's hard to get rid of. You know what I mean? So do something about it immediately. Go see a chiropractor. Start doing your exercises in the mornings, and that'll definitely help, the onset of the tornado coming. So, yeah. A lot of people never realize until it's too late. It's almost like literally having a pot of boiling water and putting your hand in there. You don't know until it's too late. But,
Is there anything that they can look up to find more exercises?
Yes.
Or any books that they can read, materials?
So the Mayo Clinic is always my go-to. You can just do it.
Clinic
Mayo Clinic. Yeah, Mayo Clinic is always my go-to for everything clinical right now. The Mayo Clinic or Baylor Systems has a great chart that they do for back issues and things like that too. But the Mayo Clinic is always my go-to.
Okay. Cool. That's awesome. Anything else you think that they should know about their back?
Yeah, just keep moving. Movement is key, yes.
Movement is key. Okay, awesome. Well, you guys stay tuned for the next episode of Double E Elevating Entrepreneurs.